It's Wednesday, bitches. You know what that means. Hump day! Alright guys, I hope you're having a good Wednesday. As promised, I'm going to be doing my review of the Defender Pocket mod today. Alright, let's get started. I've been using this mod for a couple weeks. I picked it up at my local vape shop. I believe I paid $59.99 for it, or something like that. It was around 60 bucks. You might be able to find this cheaper online. I don't know. I do know that my vape shop does charge a little bit more. So, and I'm dropping the case for it. I do know that they charge a little bit more, so like I said, you might be able to find this a little bit cheaper somewhere else, but this is how it comes. It comes in, you know, the little plastic case that you're going to see in most of the mods now. So it's a Defender Pocket mod. It's 36 watts and 8 volts, so it's variable wattage, variable voltage. It's got a built-in 2600 mAh high drain battery, 510 Ego threading, and it goes from 0.3 ohm resistance up to 3 ohm resistance. Now that the specs are out of the way, it is a neat little sleek looking carbon style mod. It's got the micro USB charging spot there on the bottom. And what's really neat about this one, as I did show you in one of my other videos, is if you got a big tank on it, normally, I keep dropping shit here. Okay, so this what's really cool is if you look here, this is actually unscrews, and if you got a big tank on here, it screws right in and it fits flush. And if you want to use a small tank, you just flip that bitch over and screw it in, and your tank just sits right there. So you don't need to buy an adapter. It doesn't come with the special adapter. The mod has a built-in adapter all by itself, so you just gotta flip that bitch over. Or what I do, since I do switch out my tanks quite often, is I'll just leave it on the small tank setting. It just doesn't have that flush flat part, and I can still pop my sub-tank mini, and it covers that dip, that little divot, so you can't even really tell that. If you look close, you can't even really tell. It looks like it's still sitting flush. So that's really neat. This is a really cool mod. It's one of the, I'll show you here. If you look, it's, you know, 5 buttons. Here's the little button, and here's your plus and minus. 5 times and it turns on. It says Defender there, which is neat. To switch the voltage, you just push this from variable voltage to variable wattage. You just push this button 3 times and it switches, or 3 times and it goes back. It does have a hit counter, and it does have auto shut off after about 10 seconds, so that's neat. One of the pain in the asses about these variable wattage, variable voltage mods is some of these is when you're holding, you know, it does the auto scroll with it, it just goes too slow. And what having the variable voltage is nice is because you can just switch it over to variable voltage, and instead of going by 0.1 increments, you know, it's going to take you a good minute and a half to get from 36 watts down to 10 watts. So, you know, you can just switch to voltage mode and switch it down, and it jumps by like 4 or 5 watt increments, you know. So that, you know, will save you some time. It did also come with a lanyard, which is really neat, and this has just like a little clip hole about right here on this top of the mod here, so you know you can hang it around your neck or whatever. Throw your keys on here as well. I tend to just throw it around my neck when I'm driving and stuff. That way, instead of having to reach into my pocket or reach around for something, I just lift it up and, you know, I can vape on it pretty well. But yeah, it's got this really sleek carbon fiber mod. It does say on here that it's made by Aqua Vapes SIG, and it does have their www.aquavaporsig.com on it. You know, I haven't heard anything about these. I just saw it in my local vape shop, but it vapes great. I mean, I'll go ahead and show you guys. Oh, and this also does have a locking feature as well, so if you don't want to bump your, you know, and change your voltage, your wattage, you just hit this fire button with the plus button at the same time, and it'll lock or unlock it, which is also a nice feature, especially if you're tossing this in your pocket. You won't accidentally, you know, if you have a smaller tank on here, you won't fucking blow your coil by, you know, bumping up your voltage if you shooting too much power through it. So that's really cool feature. I've vaped this on a bunch of different tanks, and I'll only grab a couple and I'll show you, how good it vapes on some of my other tanks. And this is my sub tank mini. I got it set to 24 watts, 3.8 volts. It seems to be a good spot for this. I do usually vape between 20 and 35 watts with these big tanks. I prefer, 25 in that area. It's just great. It vapes great for me. I love it. And I'm vaping on that Backcountry by Bonsai. I also did manage to pick up Sweep the Leg from that line, so I've tried Fairies and Cream, the Backcountry, and now Sweep the Leg, which is a green Jolly Rancher. This Backcountry is a dragon fruit with peach. So far it's been my favorite e-juice that I've found. So yeah, when I do finally try out the other couple flavors left in that Bonsai line, I'll go ahead and do a lineup review of all the juices in that line. So, look for that. But let me grab another tank real quick and I'll toss it on here and show you how that vapes. Alright, so, here's my Pro Tank 3. Now, see, with this cool little adapter that's built right in, I can just toss a smaller tank right on it, and leaving it flipped like that, I won't even have to flip it over. You always got to make sure you adjust your voltage here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up to 4.2 volts, 9.8 watts. Let's pop it up to 11 here. But vaped your small tanks great, and even your smaller tanks, like my Aspire Glassomizer here, just a tiny little one. These fit right on here as well. They do kind of sit down in that little divot rather than flush. It does sit down in it a little bit, but these vape great on here too. Same thing, 11 watts. So really, a really good universal mod. You're going to be able to use this for most of your tanks. The only one I know of right now that it's not going to work for are going to be your Atlantis 2 and your Atlantis 2 Megas. Those really won't even fire unless you're going up 50-60 watts. So, if you got those tanks, I don't recommend getting this. You're going to be looking for a 50+ watt mod. The Segali's, the just a bigger watt mod, something that, there's the Tesla mods out that are, getting up there, but the power is just going up and up and up. But, for 60 bucks, a small little pocket mod, it fits great in your hand, and it's going to be really universal for all your tanks. So definitely a great mod to add to the collection, whether you're a collector or someone looking to just get into sub-ohm vaping. This is great for you as well. I would definitely recommend getting this mod. If you're looking for something small that's going to fit in your hand well, you got a K-box, something bigger, for an 18650 size style battery. It's smaller than the K-box. I think it fits well. The button placement is great. I've had no issues with this whatsoever. I've even dropped it a couple times and it still works great. But, definitely check this out if you're looking to get a mod. I don't know if there's any information out there online about these, but remember, there is another Defender out there, and this is not that Defender. I think it's a Heat Wave or Heat something. This is not that Defender. This is made by Aqua Vapes SIGs. This is called the Pocket Mod Defender. There's another one out there that's only like 25 watts, so this is not that mod. I did a little bit of looking, I couldn't find anything on this mod, so, if you've seen it, you were curious about it, it is a good mod. If you're vaping in the range, from 10 to 30, 35 watts, this is going to be the mod for you. It takes multiple tanks. If you like the lanyard, that's in there, but it's pretty simple, straightforward mod. It comes with your charge cable, your lanyard, and your mod. And I got it fully charged. When I got it, I didn't even have to charge the thing, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10 just because it's such a great mod. The only downfall with the damn thing is that slow scroll and the fact that it only goes up to 36 watts. Now with all these new mods coming out, the power is just going up and up and up and up, and if you want to stay in the game, you gotta match that wattage or that voltage, you know. But always, you know, it's a solid mod. It's, you know, that's why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving it that 10 out of 10 is because it could have been higher wattage in that slow scroll, and it does not have the wraparound. So if you go down all the way, you can't wrap around and come back from 36 and keep going down. You have to go all the way back up. So those are the only couple things I, you know, didn't like about this mod. But other than that, it's pretty much been my daily use mod for the past couple weeks. I even taken to using this over my K-Box. My K-Box is, you know, more like my backup mod when I'm charging this or if this dies. You know, the K-Box is a great mod, but, you know, my daily carry around use mod, you know, I've been using the Eagle 1 as a pocket mod, and this is just my when I get home, or, you know, it's hanging around my neck when I'm not really wanting to use that Eagle 1. This is usually what my daily vape is. So, and I've been vaping it with that Sub-Tank Mini, and it's just a great combo. So if you guys got a Sub-Tank, you know, your iSubs, your Atlantis, you know, it's going to work great for those tanks. You know, just the only one it's not going to work for is that Atlantis Mega, or that Atlantis 2 Mega, or, you know, your Atlantis 2s. Those are the only ones that really is not going to work for. But other than that, you know, it's a great mod. I definitely recommend checking it out. And then it's that carbon fiber design, looks sleek on there. It really is awesome. And it does have the digital screen with the ohms reader, your wattage, your voltage, you know, and your battery level. So it does got the standard 4 things that everything does have. I know the newer mods are coming out with ohms readers into the tenths. This does not have that feature, but it does read your ohms, and it is pretty accurate. I haven't had any problems. But other than that, guys, yeah, great mod. Definitely recommend checking it out. If I can find a link to where you can buy this mod, I'll go ahead and throw that in the description box. But, you know, I can't promise you anything because, like I said, I've been having a hard time finding information online about this. But yeah, guys, it's a great mod. Check it out. Also, I wanted to let you guys know I did pick up some wire today and some cotton. And I'm going to be rebuilding me a coil for my rebuildable for my Sub-Tank Mini. I've never done that before, so this is all new to me. I'm not going to do a video on it yet. I kind of want to do it a little bit. I know I said this channel is not going to be an RDA rebuilding channel, and it's not going to be. But, you know, I just want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing it. And if I really get into it, I might do a build video. Maybe, maybe not. Like I said, I might do in the future. But right now, I just kind of want to stick to what's out there already, and just to let you guys know what's best for you to get off the cigarettes. And if, you know, I do a review and you're curious about a product and it helps you decide whether or not you want to buy this mod so you can quit smoking, awesome. That's what, you know, that's what I'm here for, and that's what it's all about. Alright guys, I hope you know, have a good rest of your week. I'll probably be on here tomorrow with another video. You know, happy hump day. Hope you're getting your humping ins. If not, you know, shit happens. Alright guys, have a good hump day.